I know he's gonna come to fight. It's gonna be a tough fight, and I'm ready for whatever he brings.
All right, best of luck to you tonight, Eddie. Ray, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jordan. Coming up, it'll be Justin Poldo meeting Joshua Zuniga. PBC on FS1 returns right after this. Mississippi for our opening contest, as our tale of tape brought to you by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. Let's take a look as you see both guys, same age, and the height advantage in favor of Zuniga, but the reach will go to Justin Poldo. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Beau Rivage Resort and Casino here in Biloxi, Mississippi. Live on FS1, this is Premier Boxing Champions. The action begins with 8 rounds in the lightweight division. Your referee in charge when the bell sounds is Bill Clancy. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes in wearing the red trunks trimmed with the white. His professional record, a perfect 1, 9 wins, 4 of those coming by way of knockouts. Joining us from Los Angeles, California, ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated Joshua Zuniga. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He comes in wearing the black trunks as professional, 10 wins. 5 of those coming by way of knockout against 1 blemish. And joining us from Orlando, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, here is Justin Poldo.
Fighter-in-chief second. Fighter-in-chief second. All right, gentlemen, you already received your instructions in the back. We're scheduled for 8 rounds. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times, gentlemen. You must obey my commands. I ask you to please respect the bell. I will accept punches right here at the top. Same with you. Touch them up. Good luck. God bless.
It is our first fight of the evening. Justin Poldo, who is undefeated since getting with Ronnie Shields. Only 1 blemish on his record. Take it on Joshua Zuniga, who is undefeated at 9-0. Both guys in the infancy of their professional career. As you see that Zuniga is a southpaw, conventional is Poldo. Ray Flores, Caleb Plant, Robert Guerrero on this Memorial Day weekend, as both guys have a lot to prove here tonight on the national stage.
Yeah, right now they're out there filling themselves out this first round.
Yep, absolutely. Both of them trying to establish their jab.
Zuniga trains under the guidance of John Pullman, who also has Tuxedo Nyambayar in our co-main event. Justin Poldo training under the guidance of Ronnie Shields, who has been in the corner of many world-class fighters, including Jermall Charlo. And a right hand down the middle that missed by Poldo. Using his jab is Poldo, and Zuniga coming off a big win over Raynell Williams back in December. That was down in South Florida. He beat the undefeated Raynell Williams at the time. Zuniga never gone past 6 rounds, so definitely new territory for him if he can't go ahead and put away Poldo early.
So one good thing with Poldo is, you know, he's in the gym with Erislandy Lara out there with Ronnie Shields, so you're getting that good left-handed sparring.
And with Poldo, he's never been past 6 rounds either, so guys, you know when you're going up to an 8-round fight, it is new territory.
A couple of things I like from Zuniga. Not only has he controlled the center of the ring for most of the round, but he's using his feint, something that a lot of people don't do these days. And he's sticking the jab to the body really nice.
And across with Zuniga, it's SBD, and that means silent but deadly, because he doesn't really talk much. I think the most that he talked, Caleb, was in the conversation that we had in the fighter meetings with him.
And that was still very few words, but yeah, definitely very relaxed guy, very calm. It's the way to be.
Justin Poldo trains and was sparring with Cowboy Carl, also Samaje Thomas, earlier in the evening. When asked about the categorization of Zuniga, Poldo said that he's a long guy who likes to sit back and counterpunch. And they feel that going to him and pressing Zuniga will be key.
What Poldo got to do is get that foot on the outside, so he's able to counterpunch and slip off and turn him. You know,
Straight right hand down the middle that connects by Paldo.
if he gets that foot on the outside, he'll be able to land that straight right hand down the pipe.
Straight left by Zuniga. But back comes Paldo.
10 seconds.
Both of them establishing the jab to the body early. Both of them fainting. Something I like to see from, you know, guys coming out.
We'll come back with more PBC on FS1. Welcome back to PBC on FS1. There you see Ronnie Shields with Justin Paldo. 23 years of age is Paldo. Only loss that he went ahead and had was to Efrain Cruz. That was 2.5 years ago on July 31st of 2015, a split decision loss. They said that it was a fight that Paldo felt that he was robbed of. Zuniga wearing the red trunks with the white, wearing the black and the gray is Justin Paldo. Robert, what did you see out of round one?
I see them trying to establish themselves in the ring. You know, it's that, you know, getting comfortable in that ring, being a lefty, you know, and also an orthodox fighter. So you got to be able to adjust. You know, the punches come from a different angle. So, you know, that's what I was looking at. And, you know, both of them are trying to get that ring generalship. And like Caleb said, you know, those feints, especially with the right-handed and left-handed fighter, it plays a big role in counterpunching.
Straight right hand down the middle that connects for Paldo.
Zuniga, yeah. Really establishing his feints and his foot positioning in the first round, staying to his jab. But both of them, you know, it's a close fight right now. They're still just filling each other out. So I feel like things are going to open up soon.
A nice sharp right hand that connects for Paldo. Paldo has been connecting at will against Zuniga with that straight right hand. He waits for Zuniga to throw his jab, and then immediately he makes him pay with that counter.
Yeah, it has to do with sparring guys like Erislandy Lara, who are great counterpunchers and who are also fast and slick. So, you know, he's sharp on his game, especially with that right hand.
Last time we saw Justin Paldo was a first-round knockout over Leonardo Canan. That was in Flint, Michigan.
Seems as if both are really fast and really slick, but Paldo, he's like you said, he's timing him with that right hand, and if it's one thing that beats speed, it's timing. And right now, it seems like you guys said, he's got him timed with that right hand.
Also, Caleb, when it came to, we're seeing Paldo, he's trying to throw that left hook as well. So he's mixing in his arsenal, not only the counter right hand, but also the left hook.
Yep.
Yeah, he's mixing it up. Not letting him know where he's going to go. You know, he's dropping that hook in there, throwing that overhand right also. Really a clash of heads
from Zuniga.
What I'm surprised is Paldo is just content to counterpunch with Zuniga, and Zuniga isn't stepping to Paldo as much as he was in the first moments of the fight.
Yeah, well, the counterpunching's getting to him from Paldo. You know, he's feel comfortable with his counter shots right now. He's landing what he wants to land. So, you know, he's sticking to it.
Absolutely. I think he's not wanting to do too much too early. He knows that Zuniga, he's slick. He's got some pop. He's relaxed. I think he's just not wanting to jump in there too early. And right now he's content with just, you know, landing counter shots from the outside. And Zuniga this round, he's getting away from his feints. I feel like if he went back to his feints, he'd have a little bit more success.
Final moment. So round number 2 between Justin Paldo and Joshua Zuniga. Getting started here at the Beau Rivage Resort and Casino. Ray Flores, Robert Guerrero, alongside Caleb Plant and Jordan Hardy. Thrilled to be with all of you on this Memorial Day weekend. Justin Paldo, Joshua Zuniga have started off the evening. Paldo looks very sharp, gentlemen, through 2. Robert, how do you have it?
I have 1-1. The first round I gave to Zuniga. Second round I gave to Paldo. You know, he started counterpunching real good. You know, throwing those right hooks. I mean, those left hooks and that straight right hand. He was landing it every time.
Caleb, since we have you as well, I would like to get your thought process. How do you score the first 2 rounds?
I'm with Robert, 1-1. Zuniga came out. He was establishing the jab to the body, using his feints, controlling the center of the ring, but then he let Paldo come out in the second round, landed more counter shots. He's starting to establish his feints and his jab, and so right now I have it even 1-1.
You're seeing Justin Paldo and Joshua Zuniga. Neither guy has gone past 6 rounds. This is Zuniga's national television debut. A straight left that connects by Zuniga. So Zuniga's doing a nice job to be able to go and adjust, and he has a quality corner with John Pullman and also Mike and Andrew Rodriguez.
Yeah, they did a good job, having to move side to side, not just throwing the feints coming in. He has to change it up, change direction, because he was getting countered the last round.
No. Clean.
Right now, Zuniga, he's starting to reach with his left hand and step through. He's got to be careful doing that, running into an uppercut or a straight right hand. He doesn't need to reach. He needs to, settle down just a little bit. Not try so hard, relax a little.
Well, he's really trying to press the issue is Zuniga, and Paldo again trying to time Zuniga coming in with that straight right hand, but Zuniga is being able to get out of the way of it.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of them establish a jab. Even though you're a lefty like Zuniga is, you could box with the jab, throw that double, triple jab, start setting things up. A lot of lefties like to counterpunch, and right now he's getting countered, so I think he needs to start using his jab a lot more to set his punches up.
Absolutely. Going off what I said earlier with him reaching and stepping through, if he did what Robert said, started establishing his jab more, using his jab before the left hand, bring his feet up with him, I think it'd help him a lot.
Zuniga using his jab to try to get on the inside against Paldo. I'm surprised Paldo isn't using his jab either. I mean, he's just kind of been content. Now he uses his jab, but he's just been content to sit back and counterpunch.
Well, Zuniga's been stepping in. He's been rushing in without a jab in front of it, and he's running right into his counter right hand. If he put a jab in front of it, it may make Paldo more hesitant to just throw those power shots.
Yeah, the one thing Paldo's doing is he's taking that half step back, and especially when Zuniga's stepping in and falling in.
Action endeavoring into round number 4. This one is scheduled for 8. Justin Paldo and Joshua Zuniga. Zuniga from Los Angeles, Paldo from Orlando. Both have quality trainers. Ronnie Shields in the corner with Paldo. John Pullman in the corner of Zuniga. Gentlemen, through 3, how do you have it, Robert?
I have 2 rounds to 1 for Paldo.
Right now I have it 2-1, Paldo. Seems as if Zuniga came back out, though. He's starting to establish his jab again, working his feints up and down, being more so the ring general these first couple of seconds of the 4th round. So see how it goes. Nice left hand.
A straight left that connects by Zuniga. Zuniga is now getting back to more pumping his jab and sticking it right in the face of Justin Paldo. And also, we're starting to see some feints as well out of Zuniga. Those slight things, Robert, that'll make a big difference in terms of if you can counter someone or not.
Yeah, the feints, a little bit of side-to-side movement, especially being a lefty. Punches come from different angles. Also getting that foot on the outside. And, once you establish that jab, pick to the body, pick it to the head, fire hooks. Sometimes you got to change your pace in your jab, throwaway punches, to set stuff up, especially when you got a guy that's countering so well on you.
The throwaway punches, Caleb, I know that is something that you pride yourself on in your career.
Absolutely. Just, giving people different looks, different angles. You don't want to do the same thing too much, but if it's working, you don't want to fix it if it's a broke. So it's, it's a fine line.
Nice exchange between Zuniga and Paldo as just over the midway point of round 4.
Yeah, what he has to do is he has to make Paldo think a lot more in the ring and not just sit there and wait for that counterpunch.
Approaching 75 seconds to go here in round 4. A straight left that misses by Zuniga. Paldo getting out of the way.
Zuniga really starting to set his shots up, though. He's putting his front hand out there. He's establishing his jab. He's working his feints up and down. Seems like, maybe his corner talked to him and got onto him instead of, him reaching for the big power shots, setting him up. Nice jab to the body by Zuniga.
Yeah, Zuniga. This is an ebb and flow fight, guys. I mean, we see that Paldo has his moments. Zuniga has his moments. Neither guy, though, is really taking over thus far.
No, it comes down to, just changing little subtle things in the ring, feints, side-to-side movement, working the jab. It's changing back and forth.
A counter right hand by Justin Paldo. That has been his calling card thus far in the fight. And an uppercut that connects Jar in the jaw of Joshua Zuniga, and Baldo now picking up his offense.
Baldo seems like he feels like he's got Zuniga hurt, trying to put the pace on him and step to him.
Big shots by Baldo to conclude round number 4, and he has him hurt. We'll come back with more PBC on FS1. Justin Baldo unloading upon Joshua Zuniga. Welcome back to PBC on FS1. Ronnie Shields there talking with Justin Baldo. And in between rounds, we saw that Shields was telling Baldo he wants more uppercuts, more things up the middle.
Yeah, they just figured out that, you know, that that if he puts pressure, if Baldo puts the pressure, he's going to, you know, start walking him back. He starts to land shots.
Absolutely. You know, Baldo, he landed a brilliant counter right uppercut. In the second half of that round, I really felt like Zuniga came out and was establishing himself. I felt like he was winning the first half of the round. And until he got hit with that big, you know, counter uppercut, then Baldo stepped on the gas, and I would give that last round to Baldo.
Justin Baldo and Joshua Zuniga. Zuniga undefeated, looking to elevate his record of 10-0. Baldo 10-1. His only blemish, a split decision loss to Efrain Cruz back almost 3 years ago in Tampa, Florida. A counter right hand that connects by Baldo. And Zuniga using his feints to try to get on the inside, but Baldo has very good balance.
Yeah, it's very good balance. He takes that half step back, that uppercut's right there, and he found a nice home for it.
A shot to the midsection that missed by Zuniga.
Nice lead right hand by Baldo.
Nice exchange as Zuniga was able to get on the inside with the right hook. 100 seconds left here in round 5.
Yeah, this fight turned into a chess match. Another back and forth.
Definitely a lot of back and forth action right now. Very exciting.
Well, with Zuniga, John Bowman and Mike Rodriguez told us about Zuniga that he's the consummate professional. He's only been a pro for 2 years, gentlemen. But the one thing that they say is always constantly learning and growing and developing and asking questions, trying to take his career to that next level. So you'd love to have a blank canvas like that in Zuniga.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, you want a guy that you can teach and that's going to learn and that's willing to learn. I mean, when you got a guy that thinks he knows it all, that's when the guy gets in trouble.
Absolutely. Hard to progress and get better if, you know, you're not coachable. If you don't want to listen to your corner, if you don't trust your corner, if you think you know it all, it's going to be hard to progress and continue to get better.
A counter right hand by Justin Baldo right down the middle.
Beautiful stiff jab by Baldo right now.
But Zuniga seems to have really established himself here in round 5, guys, with his pressure. And Bill Clancy warning wants Zuniga to keep his punches up. Nice jab by Zuniga. Final moments of round number 5. Baldo trying to time Zuniga, but Zuniga partially blocked that right hand. But there was a right hand that got through, and it backed up Zuniga. Stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah, when he stands his ground, that right hand's right there to land because Zuniga reaches in.
That's the end of the 5th. We'll come back with more. Welcome back to PBC on FS1. Guys, take us through what's happened thus far.
Yeah, Zuniga's been trying to get in, but he's been reaching. Every time he reaches, he gets counterpunched.
A lot of back and forth action. A lot of lead left hands, a lot of lead right hands, trading back and forth.
Beautiful uppercut
by Baldo. Another counter by Baldo.
Yeah, Baldo really established his counterpunching in those last couple of rounds.
Round number 6, this one's scheduled for 8. Both guys have been 6 rounds. Neither has made his way to 7 and 8. So following this round, if they both remain upright, they will be getting into new territory. And now let's send it to Jordan Hardy, who's been in the corners.
Ray, thank you so much. I was over in Zuniga's corner, and his trainer was telling him to stay low, keep feigning, and work his way in. He said it's a little too close for comfort for them right now, that he needs to have defense, good defense on the way in and on the way out. And he needs to move his head, feint his way in, and double up his jab. Ray?
Thank you very much, Jordan. Caleb, do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Not only do you have to have good defense going in, but good defense going out. And that could mean keeping your head out of the center on the way in and the way out. That could be keeping your hands up on the way in and the way out. So he definitely needs to change just a few things. I think if he finds some fine-tune a couple of small things, it could get him right back in the fight.
Well, anytime Zuniga uses his jab, he starts dominating in the fight. That's where he's able to land his punches. But as soon as he abandons the jab, that's when he starts getting counterpunched, and he starts running in, and he starts falling in with his left hand. So once he starts working behind that jab, it changes everything for his game.
Now it is Paldo who is looking to close the distance. Coming into the fight, guys, it looked like it was Paldo who wanted to be more the boxer, but it is Paldo who has become more the aggressor, and Zuniga who is being the more technical boxer.
Paldo probably feels like he can walk him down and just pick him apart now.
Absolutely. Paldo, he's putting on the pressure, putting on the heat. He sees if he, puts punches and bunches, combinations together, he's able to touch him. He's finding a hole in his defense.
A big straight left that connects by Joshua Zuniga. They're both tying up at close distance here. And Bill Clancy warning about he wants them to break as soon as he says. Nice straight left that found its destination for Zuniga. Very close fight here in Biloxi between Zuniga and Paldo. A straight left that barely missed, and the counter right was partially blocked by Zuniga.
Nice uppercut check hook on the way out by Paldo. Another nice check hook by Paldo.
Yeah, he's falling right into it, and he throws that jab, and he just lunges right into it.
Yep, he's jumping in with his front hand down, and twice in a row getting caught with the check hook.
And Zuniga trying to chase and hunt down Justin Paldo, and Paldo staying on the outside and connecting. And that's the end of the round. We'll come back with more of PBC on FS1. Welcome back to PBC on FS1. There you see Justin Paldo, who happens to be the younger brother of middleweight Daquan Arnett, who has a 17-1 record. This is nearly coming into his fourth year as a professional with his head trainer, Ronnie Shields. Just one blemish on the dossier of Paldo. That a loss on a couple years ago to Efrain Cruz by split decision. Zuniga undefeated at 9-0, trying to take his record to 10-0. Guys, through 6, how do you have it? Robert, we'll start with you.
So far, I've had Zuniga winning the fight. Paldo winning the fight.
Yeah, right now I have it 5-1, I believe. A couple of these rounds have been really close, depending on what you're looking at. You could give it either way, but in my book, I have it 5-1. What I thought was interesting is Paldo, for the majority of the fight, and especially that last round, had his foot on the gas moving forward, but about the last 20, 30 seconds, he was on his bike, moving around, hitting him with check hooks, head movement on the move, stuff like that. So I wonder if he's trying to change his tactics or his game plan, or if he sees something different.
A straight right that connected by Paldo, and Caleb, that was a very astute observation on your part, is that Paldo is changing up what his style is from even at the beginning of the round compared to the end of the round.
Absolutely. I don't know if maybe his corner told him something or he's seen something, but it seems like he's on his bike a little bit more.
I think Ronnie Shield was telling him in the corner to land that right uppercut, right up the pipe.
It was like 3 rounds ago that Ronnie was saying, look, throw that right uppercut. I want things to be coming up the middle because he is there for the taking.
Nice shoulder roll right hand by Paldo just a second ago.
I think Ronnie wants him to throw.
Another counter right hand.
I think because of Paldo's leading in with that left hand and he's leaning in, so Ronnie wants him to throw that right uppercut because he falls right into it.
Jab coming out by Zuniga, barreling into Paldo. I think it's a closer fight than, I know you guys have it 5-1 for Baldo, but I think it was probably, I would think that it's a closer fight on the scorecards based on the aggression of Zuniga.
Absolutely. Depending on what the judges are looking at, it could be a very close fight.
A big right hand that connected by Justin Baldo. Another one. I don't know if Zuniga was off balance, but he was blasted with that big right hand.
Nice left hand by Zuniga. Goes for another shoulder roll right hand. Yeah, this fight is close. I feel like Pardo has just edged out, a handful of these rounds a little bit more than Zuniga.
Yeah, Zuniga will start the round really strong, and then Baldo will pick it up towards the middle and finish strong.
Absolutely. I feel like Pardo, he's being the ring general. He's controlling, he's dictating, whether he's boxing, whether he's stepping forward. He's the one who's more so dictating what's happening.
You guys are stepping all over each other. Watch your feet and do not hold them down.
Bill Clancy warning, saying that they're stepping all over each other. Well, that kind of happens when you have a southpaw fighter against a conventional fighter. I don't know if there's a way to avoid that.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to, with the right hand and the southpaw to avoid feet getting stepped on, headbutt, stuff like that. I don't really feel like they're doing it on purpose. So
we'll come back with more. One more round remaining. It's PBC on FS1. Welcome back to PBC on FS1. John Pullman in the corner of Joshua Zuniga. One more round remaining here in the fight. Robert, what do you think they were telling Zuniga?
They're telling him to get out there, use his jab more, let his punches go. He needs to get on the inside, land some more shots, and not fall in with his punches.
Absolutely, like Robert said, he's got to put his jab before his left hand. He can't just reach in, lunge in with that left hand. He's got to put something in front of it, whether it's his front hand, whether it's his feint, whether it's footwork or take an angle, something. He's got to just tweak some things just slightly.
Justin Baldo connected with the big right hand, and Zuniga came forward. A big left
nice
hook,
right
and
hand by
then
Baldo. Nice right hand.
Zuniga. Baldo going on the offensive now and teeing off on Joshua Zuniga. This would be very big for Baldo if he could put Zuniga on the deck, depending on how this fight is being scored. But Zuniga answers back and showing his chin.
Yeah, he weathered the storm real good on the ropes. Stayed composed, didn't get too excited, went right back to work.
That is why I love to see young fighters tested in this kind of matchup. You have Zuniga, who's undefeated at 9-0. You have Baldo, who's 10-1. And both guys could have avoided each other for quite some time, but they decided to challenge.
Yes, that's what makes a better fighter. That's how you build your fighter to become, to learn and put them in those tough, grueling fights where, you got to be able to pull it out at the end.
Absolutely. A lot of these guys, they want to wait until they get to a certain stage before they step up and fight another name or another tough guy. And, it's nice to see two young guys, young in their career, get in there together and put on a show for people. That's something I'm having trouble with right now.
John Pullman telling Joshua Zuniga that he's tired. He's tired. He's saying, go after him. Baldo is tired. 80 seconds left here in round 8.
For a majority of the fight, before Baldo would throw punches, his defense has been good, and on the way out, his defense has been good. But since he's, caught him with some big shots, I feel like he's starting to forget about his defense slightly. He's starting to get touched just a little bit more. I feel like he needs to get back and make sure his defense is tight on the way in and on the way out.
Yeah, I think a little bit of fatigue is setting in also because he threw a lot of power shots, especially with his counters. He was really shooting them with power.
Under a minute left here in the fight. Justin Baldo and Joshua Zuniga. Zuniga looking to keep his perfect record intact. Baldo looking to hand him his first defeat. And Zuniga coming forward, but tying up with Baldo now. We'll see if they'll let them fight off the break. No, they will not. Bill Clancy separates them.
Your hands are free. Fight out of it.
Final moments of what has been an entertaining affair to start off PBC on FS1 here on this holiday weekend.
10 seconds.
A lot of power shots thrown this round.
Under five, stopping the bell.
These are the type of fights young fighters need to move on to that next level.
No question, we will come back and get the decision. Zuniga and Paldo go the distance. Mississippi, gentlemen, break us down the fight.
Yeah, Paldo was landing that right hand, that straight right, counter punching it nice, and then he was also landing that left hook also.
Some good counter punches also by Zuniga, though.
Beautiful uppercuts by Paldo. Found a nice home for that all night.
Putting his foot on the gas, trying to get him out of there, trying to get the ref to step in and call it. Good combination punching by Paldo.
Beautiful right hand by Paldo.
Nice double right hand by Paldo.
And back, ebb and flow action here to conclude the 8th. Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. The first judge has the contest 79-73. The second judge sees it identical. And the third and final judge scores the contest 78-74 for your winner by unanimous decision, Justin Paldo. So Justin Paldo elevates his record to 11-1. And guys, as you went ahead and categorized, you said it was not a close fight, and that's exactly how the judges had it in favor of Justin Paldo.
Absolutely. You know, both came out, they were trying to establish their jab, establish their feints, establish the center of the ring, but it just seemed like Paldo held it and, you know, just enforced his will over Zuniga.
Yeah, at the end of the day, his counter punching was on point. He was landing those straight right hands and also that right uppercut. He found a home for that all night.
That's a big win for Justin Paldo, 11-1, as Zuniga falls in the first time of his professional career.